Continue from your last safety. Yes. Go. Even in de gaten houden wanneer de zon een beetje onder is. Dan alles tegen elkaar op kan zetten en hoop de warmte er weer een beetje uit te krijgen. Want het is bijna 27 graden hier binnen. Oh ja, wij waren met stroom bezig geweest.
I flew my first starship. It was virtual, but still.
That's wild. How did you...
Nou. Hebben we toch al gepraat?
Contra...
Hey. Yeah. Hey. Oh shit.
Back again. Are you interested in the job, by any chance?
Yeah, sure.
Well, first things first, I have to ask, do you have any security experience at all? It sure counts for something. I mean, you're alive. And resilience is definitely an important trait for any officer. Well, I think I've heard all I need.
Dat was snel.
Your
Makkelijk.
first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast and check in with Agent Plato at Aegis. There was a package left at a dead drop and they need UC security to handle it. He'll fill you in on the details.
Okay.
Aegis? They're basically UC intelligence. They help identify threats to New Atlantis before they become problems. While we're separate departments, there are times we need to rely on each other, so it's important to keep a good working relationship. We do Agent Plato this favor, and maybe he'll toss us some intel when an investigation stalled. Tit for tat. You know how it works.
Yep.
Well, just because you're bringing it here doesn't mean that's where it'll end up. As for why, you can ask Aegis. As far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business.
Okay.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Nou, tijd om een pakje op te gaan halen.
Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Op naar Mast.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Wat? Ja.
Jetpack damaged or something?
We kunnen. Kiezen.
The fewer people there are thinking about Aegis, I hope you're not here to report something. If you are, it means you've seen far too much.
Are you secure? Pick something up.
Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected.
Thanks, I guess.
Oh, it wasn't a compliment. Just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis.
Okay. Got it. Just tell me where to pick it up.
Take the NAT to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi, and the job's done.
Okay. What you do here?
I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you.
Your name Plato?
No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are.
You?
We're the intelligence arm of the United Colonies. Think of it this way. UC Security responds to threats. It's Aegis's job to anticipate and prevent them.
What's in the package?
You really should know better than to ask for classified intel. What is this, your first day on the job? Don't worry, I'm just giving you a hard time. I still can't tell you what's in the package, though.
What can you tell me about it?
All you really need to know is that we're here to serve, and we're the good guys. Our main priority is the safety and security of the citizens and assets of the United Colonies, wherever they may be. We keep an eye on, well, everything.
It must be hard not being too...
You get used to it after a while, and it makes the occasions where you can all the more meaningful. Good luck with the mission.
Thank you. Bankjes bij de geldautomaat. Terug naar spaceport.
How's the investigation going?
I've got a package.
Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign?
Hoe ik het hebben of recruiting people off the street.
Well, I have you now, so I probably won't hire another person for a while. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Even kijken. Yep. Waar we komen.
You see that scientist out in front of mast, staring at trees, sounds upset? Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
Oh ja. Echt gezien.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Last.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
Is something wrong? You're concerned.
Yes, concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance?
I've passed by this particular tree many times, and honestly, I never gave it a second thought. Does it hold some sort of special significance?
Finally, somebody understands. Unless, wait. You're not mocking me, right? People. Ugh. Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
Have to help.
Well, that's... Thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Okay.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
Not
Kijk,
sure
Badje.
how we're gonna sell this looking today. And they like to pick 'em clean.
Working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin Industries help you get there. Fill out an application.
Zijn we bij de tram? Mhm.
I don't think this day could be any better.
Got the point there.
Last stop?
Shayla.
Kijk.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
That's just a lack of empathy.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
I'd stay away if I were you.
Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Huh.
Look at it. It took years to get rations? Check. Rifle? Already stowed.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online.
Oh.
I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon. Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why? What is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we? I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about. Suit yourself. Oh, well, certainly.
Wat heb jij al? Voilà. Opsus ben niet nodig. Green.
You mean besides providing a pleasant face for It's all in the name. Never a dull moment. I know some people don't. You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Allemaal. En dat zou zijn dat ze dat niet leuk vindt. Hoofdprijs voor vragen.
By the way, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Apparently you got some work.
Ik ga hier door de stad blijven rennen.
Any luck tracking down those sensors?
Gezellige gek.
If it isn't my favorite almost a Lavis. So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. Oh, it is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Yes, it does feel good to be right. particularly when others have attempted to convince you otherwise. Repeatedly. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing.
What?
In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
2000. Oké.
These findings are alarming.
Ta ta ta.
Thank you for your help retrieving the biosensors.
Nou. Eens even kijken. Bartender.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside.
Wacht dan.
Howdy.
Good to see you again. Can I get you something? Hey there. Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis? Oh boy. I didn't mean for you to take it personally. It's just something to say to customers. Break the ice. Know what I mean? Listen, you just relax. Make yourself comfortable. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. That work for you, new guy? Let me know if there's anything I can get you. I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying to get the old Valroon embassy torn down. When I first heard about it, I thought it was a bit extreme, but really, would you want to move into that place? Me neither. And it's not like they're ever coming back. House Valroon, I mean? Well, at least not make nice and be all diplomatic. We all know how that went. Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. But just between you and me, I've got something in the works that'll change everything. A new drink that'll make this place famous. Galaxy-wide. You would love it, I guarantee. Only, I can't make you one right now. Don't have the ingredients. I made a deal with a hauler to bring me some small samples of an ingredient I think will make all the difference. But it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few other folks. The kind of folks who ship less than legal cargo. Security got wind, and the whole lot was impounded. Now they're just sitting on it, taking their sweet time like they always do. It's killing me. I submitted all the paperwork, believe me. It won't amount to anything, but I did it. And really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo. It's gonna keep me awake nights if I don't try. Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any of the many, many laws in place here in New Atlantis or the larger United Colonies. This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe that friend could possibly find a way to get her important cargo out of the impound. And if, hypothetically, that were done in a less than 100% legal way, well, that might not be the worst thing in the world. You, with me on this?
Surely you're not seriously considering this course of action. The last thing we need is UC security on our backs.
Yeah, sure. Right. Okay. I totally get it. I can't even believe I suggested it. I can wait the 18 months until they release it. Probably. It'll be fine. Just... if you change your mind, let me know, okay? Stop by anytime you'd like to catch up.
Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring.
Oh, dat is ook feest.
Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Good. Report back here when the matter's resolved. A restaurant over in the residential district. It's the kind of place where folk...
Okay.
Take care.
Restaurant gaan.
Hi, how you doing?
All of our signature. There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. One taste, and I'm sure you'll...
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. but I would start there.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm so behind on my work. When's the report due, anyway?
Last minute check.
Excuse me.
Breath?
Oh,
Check.
believe that done.
Shower?
That
Hand?
liar, that manipulator,
Check
that,
and double
that
check.
Lucky shed.
It's never let me down.
You are ready.
that lying, cheating, foul piece of Dawn Glider dropping.
If
If I had my way, I'd tie him to the back of a ship and jump it right into the nearest star. 5 years we were together, half a decade, and he threw it all away for that waiter. He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. Well, I was going to pawn it off. But what if I don't get a good price? And every second with it is excruciating. Ugh. Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
Ja, tada. Problem solved. Yes.
Is there a type of weapon combination?
You. Dat kan ook.
Officer, what can I do for you? Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back?
Yep.
Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work. Here, take this. It's well deserved.
Opgemaakt naar de wc.